Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about a game I cannot pronounce. Aiye? Aiye? I have no idea. Publishers, please put pronunciation guides. I mean, this game is actually coming out of Brazil, and I watched some Brazilian board game channels in Portuguese trying their best to guess how it was pronounced, and even they couldn't do it. So I'm going to call it Aiye. For people listening instead of watching, it's spelled A-I-Y-E, although the A and the E have fancy accents on them, so I don't really know how they're pronounced. But this is a Mancala building game set in an astonishing Afro-futuristic universe, and it's awesome. In such an amazing month of games, folks, for it to come in number 2 really says something. So what's it all about? Well, like they say, it's a Mancala game. Although it's not, people these days think of Mancalas as circles ever since Stefan Feld reinvented them with Trajan. But Mancalas traditionally are like a grid of holes and you just move beans around from one to the other. This one, our Mancala, is a straight line. If you're looking at the screen, you can see it. Here is a row of five cards, five columns of cards, because some columns have one card, some have two, some have 3 cards in them, right? And below these 5 columns of cards are little sun and moon chips. And this is a Mancala. This is my Mancala. On my turn, I'm going to pick one of these. Like if I pick these 2 suns over here on the left, I pick them up. I'm going to drop from the first column. I'm going to drop one of them on the second column and one of them on the third column. And wherever I dropped at the end, this is a Mancala, I will activate that column. In this case, I will get to activate 3 card powers because this is my biggest, most powerful stop on my Mancala. And these ones say, hey, get 2 more moon chips, protect yourself from enemy attack, and swap some cards around. So I get to do all that stuff. And that's the thing. It's not the first game where it's a dynamic Mancala that changes over the course of the game, but I've never seen a Mancala grow and morph over time as much as this one does. Because a lot of the powers we have are all about taking cards from existing columns and combining them with other columns so that I have fewer spaces to stop on my Mancala and the spaces are more powerful. So you might want to do that. But by the same token, to win, you need to have at least 4 columns of Mancalas and they all have to be completely filled up. So you are incentivized to spread them out, but you're also incentivized to collapse them together. And that means it's an incredibly dynamic game because every turn you have the opportunity to spend your sun and moon chips. And remember, these are the things that make your Mancala go. At the end of your turn, you can take these, discard them to buy more cards. And when you buy more cards, they come in and become new columns that are weak because they only have one thing on them. But hey, then you could start collapsing them again. Or if you want, you can spend a lot of extra coins and add them on top of existing columns. But you can't really afford to do that because you just spent all your chips just to get the card. But that's the problem. I just spent all those chips to get a new card, so I've got a new power, right? Now, how do I run my Mancala? I've only got a few chips left. I've got to start doing, slow baby steps to my Mancala and rebuilding my sun and moon chips so that I've got enough to buy more, but the more chips I have, the more powerful actions I can do if I don't use them to buy more. This is the coolest Mancala the industry has ever seen, quite frankly. It's interesting, too. It does have a little bit of take that, but it's very, very minor. So inconsequential that it didn't even bother. I'd rather it not be there, but it's a very minor thing. But it's the brilliance of this Mancala, where the Mancala is constantly changing and morphing and evolving. But not only the Mancala itself, but the beans that you use to run your Mancala are constant. They're not just a regular Mancala. They just, they tend to be clumped up and then they get spread all over the place. It has that. We have that in this game, but then we have another thing that the fuel of your Mancala is also the currency used to build your Mancala. And that is freaking brilliant. It is such a smart design. This has got a very, very small print run. If I recall correctly, it was in Brazil. It's stunning looking. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's fun and it's fast. And Jen and I played it a bunch this month. And we both love it to pieces. It is my number 2 game of the month. And I have no idea how to pronounce it. Aiye. Aiye, I'm going to say, or Aiya, or who knows.
And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.